The topic of my research is controlling of complex photonic nanostructures. Particularly, we are working with arrays of photonic crystal nanocavities. My recent work was about the mechanism on how to align the disordered resonators on a photonic crystal chip. The idea is that when you do local control of resonators by means of thermal tuning or by means of free carrier tuning, for example, you always have heat diffusion, free carrier diffusion, which makes your control non-local. Even your pump spot or your, let's say, we focus a pump on each cavity to create a local temperature increase, but even if your pump spot is small, your temperature distribution due to diffusion is big. So as soon as your nanostructures are placed closely together, you end up having a thermal crosstalk problem. And actually we solve literally this thermal crosstalk problem, because we work in a linear regime of a thermal crosstalk, and by assuming that we can construct thermal crosstalk matrices, we can measure thermal crosstalk matrices, we can then calculate exactly how our system will behave by applying certain power on certain cavities. So that gives us a full control over the resonance wavelengths of resonators in our system. The helicopter view on this thing is to create a tunable delay line, and a delay line for your signal. And where is it used? It is used in phase array antennas. And phase array antennas are directly linked to improvement of signal quality of your Wi-Fi signal, for example, and that kind of stuff. So it can be easily, you see these applications you can have applications in your daily life, like increasing of your cell phone signal, increasing of your Wi-Fi signal. So I guess the official definition of nerd is like a person who is single-minded, basically, who is really thinking only about a certain particular area in his life, which is, I don't know, like his research topic or something like that. And that's why when you ask most people something else except this topic, they feel frustrated, right? I know people at the university basically who you ask what they do in their free time, but they don't do much. I mean, they just kind of, their life cycle is work, home, and I think that is not really the best way of living in this world, but that's my personal opinion. You should be interested in politics, in art, and that kind of stuff. You should be generally developed. I mean, I guess nerdy people are not generally developed, and that is not bad, but that is not what I would prefer from myself. Well, that's not what I expect from myself. Right? But it's always interesting to discover something new. I mean, that's what you have in science. You constantly learning, more or less. You constantly discovering something new for yourself. So it's never boring, I would say. It's only boring when you do some kind of routine job. I don't know. Science is sometimes routine, and I wouldn't dare to say the ratio of time where the science is routine and when it is not routine, but it can be routine. But there's also a big part of science is this creativity part where you actually make new stuff.